Stevie Lee with Paperland and Writers, and today I'm going to teach you how to make your very own audiobook. And it's not very difficult, but there are various reasons why you might think that you need to make one from your manuscript. And if you want to know my reason, I'll let you know at the end of this video. So let's get started. All right. So as I was doing my research to find out which text to decide which text to speech option I wanted, I decided to go with Amazon Polly. So let's go ahead and log in and find that website. And the reason I decided to go with them is you can see right here that they offer 5 million characters free per month for the first 12 months. And 5 million characters was more than sufficient to turn my entire novel into an audiobook. So you're going to have to set up an account, but I'll go ahead and just sign into mine. So the first thing you're going to want to do is search for Polly. And there you go, here's Polly. And they have some different voices that you can choose. So let's go ahead and listen to a couple. Here is the female voice.
Hi, my name is Joanna.
And they have male and female voices, adult and child voices. So let's see what Justin sounds like.
Hi, my name is Justin.
So I'm choosing to just go ahead with Joanna. So the first thing you want to do is clear out their text, and then you want to go ahead and copy and paste in your first chapter of your manuscript. Now you're going to want to have each of your chapters as a separate file, because that way if it's on an audio and on a CD or whatever, you can move between chapters and files like you would want to. So now you'll see here it says when the text is between 3,000 and 100,000 characters, the synthesized speech must be saved in an S3 bucket. So we're going to have to go and set up a bucket to save these files into. So I'm going to suggest that you have 2 tabs open at once, because that's just going to make the whole process a whole lot simpler and faster. So when you go back in, go ahead and search for S3, and you're going to pick this very first one, the storage in the cloud. And you'll want to go ahead and create a bucket and go ahead and name it. I'll just name it Sample Audiobook. And then you'll want to scroll down and create your bucket. All right, so you can see there it is. It's created my sample audiobook. So go ahead and go back to the other tab where Amazon Polly is and click Save to S3. So you're going to have to input the name of your bucket and go ahead and hit Save. All right, so that flips you back to Polly, and you're just going to want to go over here to your next tab that has your sample audiobook bucket. And we're going to go in here and we are going to wait for the translation from text to audio. It doesn't take that long, maybe about 30 seconds. So let's check and see if it's there, and it is. So in order to keep everything straight and make it less complicated, go ahead and open that and download it. Okay. Then go into your files and you'll see there in the download, it's right there. So I've actually made a file that I want to put all these in, so I'm going to move it. And I'm going to choose this location. I have it called Sample Audiobook, so go ahead and move it over there. And then I'm going to go to that file. And just to make everything simpler, just go ahead and rename it. And rename it to chapter 1 is the easiest. All right, so you have your first one saved. Now we're going to go back to your Poly and clear the text. And now you're going to want to go and get your second chapter of your book, copy and paste that. Okay, so go ahead and paste that in, and again, it's so long that you're going to have to save it to S3. So go ahead and hit save to S3. You can see that this time the sample audiobook is already in there. If you leave because you're in between, because it will take some time, you're going to have to retype that in, but go ahead and click save again. And so let's go over to the other tab where your sample audiobook bucket is. And we're going to need to wait again for that translation from text to audio. And so we'll probably need to refresh it a few times in order for it to show up. Okay, so there it is. So what I'm going to suggest, because as you get to several chapters, you can see that the links are not in any kind of order that would make them come in any chronological order. So what I'm going to suggest that I did is hit last modified. So first it's going to put the first one that you did first. So if you click it again, the most recent one will show up at the top, and then you can go ahead and download that one. All right, so now go back to your file there and to your downloads, and you can see it's right there. Select that. You're going to move it again to the location where you're saving all of them. All right, go in there again, and you'll see that your second one's there. You're going to want to go ahead and rename it. I'm going to rename it Chapter 2. All right, so 2 chapters is enough for me to show you how to do it. Obviously, it's going to take a long time if I was to put 20 chapters in there and show you. So the next thing you're going to want to do is open up your Windows Media Player and bring this forward. And you can just drag these over. All right, so you can see that both of them are in there. So we can go ahead and close this out. And then what you're going to want to do is set up a playlist. So we're going to do sample audiobook. All right, so go back to your music, and you're going to want to just drag and drop again. Chapter 1, Chapter 2. Let's go into your audiobook. So now you see that they're both there in your playlist. And now all you need to do is decide whether you're going to burn it to a CD or sync it to a drive. And so you just need to drag the playlist over there. And you'll need to plug in a drive. And you can see that it says start sync. And there you go. All done, and it works. And that's it. That's how you do it. That's how you make your own audiobook. So like I said, making your own audiobook isn't really all that difficult. A little bit time consuming for me at first as I was learning the process. So at least you have someone that showed you how to do it. The reason that it became important for me to make an audiobook was because my father is on hospice and he always wanted to write a book. So he's very excited that I finished mine. And he always wanted to read it, but I don't think he'll make it till it's published. So I could send him the written manuscript, except for that he's also blind. So it became important for me to put it on audio, and he's very excited about it. It worked. I can tell you it worked with his blind reader. And so there you have it. How to make an audiobook. Go forth and write. Make your own audiobook. Subscribe to our channel, and happy writing, and see you next time.